The head of Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, owns a long-standing business. Buffett's net fortune of $98.2 billion is amazing, but perhaps more impressive than his billions is his modest lifestyle and smart financial outlook. Throughout his career, he's used extraordinary ways to not only save money, but to use it in the right way. Although it may seem like there aren't many secrets left when it comes to accumulating wealth, Mr. Buffett's surprising habits have allowed him to acquire so much money in such a short period of time. The business magnate is well known for his ability to spot exciting deals, make agreements, and invest wisely. Stay with us until the end of this video if you're still struggling to earn a reasonable income or have a job that only adds to your Social Security. We'll be sharing the top 7 money habits that keep most individuals in financial hardship and how to break free from them by the one and only Warren Buffett.
The best moat you can have is your own talent. They can't take it away from you. Inflation can't take it from you. Taxes can't take it from you. So,
habit number 7. You inflate your lifestyle.
When you were sitting here at Rose Hill Elementary, did you think at that point, I want to be the richest man in the world someday?
No, but I thought I wanted to be rich.
What appealed to you about being rich?
Well, I like to be independent. I want to be able to do what I want to do every day, and money lets you do that.
When you spend more than you earn, you're simply living beyond your means, which can result in mounting debt and other financial issues. And at times, it even makes it challenging to make ends meet. Additionally, it can deplete your purchasing power, making it difficult to maintain your standard of living. As a result, you often find yourself struggling to pay your bills and leading a lifestyle that's significantly more expensive than you can actually afford. Let's imagine, for instance, that you make $75,000 per year and spend $60,000 of it. In this case, you're living on about 80% of your salary and saving 20%. But later on, you receive a raise to $85,000. So what do the majority of individuals do? Now the lifestyle trap begins. Instead of spending $60,000, you now also spend the $10,000 bonus in full. This means that your savings rate drops from 20% to 12%. This lifestyle trap, which is the tendency to increase your spending as your income increases, can be particularly dangerous. It's important to be aware of this tendency and to make a conscious effort to control your spending rather than letting your lifestyle inflate automatically with your income. Well, here's a timeless way to save yourself from the lifestyle trap. Religiously follow the 50-30-20 rule, which states that you should spend about 50% of your income on necessities like living expenses, utilities, and rent, 30% on wants and other sorts of entertainment or fun activities, and 20% on savings and investments. It's an effective approach. It helps explain that assigning a specific amount of your budget at the start of each month helps you see how much you could save, invest, and how much to spend. Habit number 6. You pay lots of taxes.
I would say that in a country with $50,000 of GDP per person, that nobody should be hungry. Nobody should lack a good education. Nobody should be worried about medical care. Nobody should be worried about their old age. And that doesn't mean looking for inequality of results. You want great inequality of results. You want the Steve Jobses to be working in those garages, or the Dave Packards, or Bill Gates, or you name it. But you do not want anybody going to bed hungry or having medical care denied to them, or just the basics of life.
According to Buffett, paying a lot of taxes can also contribute to personal financial instability. However, this doesn't mean Buffett is against paying taxes. He has some other plans, like paying taxes and saving money at the same time. Being a member of society requires participation in taxation. Taxes support the government and the common good, but they can also be a hardship, particularly when they're enormous. So you can legally avoid taxes by using a variety of tactics to cut down on your taxes and save money. Utilizing a 401k or an IRA or another tax-advantaged account is one method. Stacking your deductions is an additional tactic. Taking advantage of tax deductions for things like mortgage payments, charitable donations, and medical costs might help you save money on your taxes. Additionally, you can benefit from tax credits, which can lower your tax obligation by up to $1,000. If you're unable to pay your taxes in whole, you can try to work out a payment plan with the IRS. Habit number 5. You spend without tracking. Buffett advises keeping a simple checkbook to record all expenses so that you're always aware of where your money's going. Although it may seem like a tedious task, this effort is important if you want to have control over your finances. Once you start keeping a track record of your spending, you can begin to make adjustments that will enable you to save money and achieve your financial objectives, whatever they are. Moreover, it makes it extremely helpful and easy to track your spending regularly, either weekly or monthly. And this can give you a better understanding of your spending habits and help you identify areas where you may be able to cut back. Note that having no idea where your money is going might lead to serious financial problems. What's more, tracking your spending also assists in identifying critical patterns contributing to financial problems. For example, you may realize that you're spending too much money on dining out or impulse purchases. But by being aware of these habits, you can take steps to change them and improve your finances. If you want to improve your financial situation, you must be conscious of your spending habits to adjust them as needed. Too many people handle their finances in a just buy it manner, and as a result, they never truly understand where their money's going. This ignorance can leave you caught up in a cycle of debt and financial hard times. Make sure to keep a close eye on your expenditures and avoid this destiny. Understand exactly where your paycheck goes each month so you can make adjustments. Habit number 4. You don't have a healthy money habit.
Really, the only way a smart person that's reasonably disciplined in how they look at investments can get in trouble is through leverage. I mean, if somebody else can pull the plug on you during the worst moment of some kind of general financial disaster, you go broke. And Charlie and I both have friends where that's happened to them.
Warren Buffett is one of the most successful investors in history, and he credits much of his success to his sound financial practices. He recommends that investors put their money into high-quality companies with a competitive edge and put their profits back into the company. In a 2007 address at the University of Florida, Buffett claimed that the majority of our actions are habitual and that habitual chains are not felt until they're too strong to be broken. He further added that it's best to work on creating wise financial practices while breaking the bad ones. Instead of simply observing others becoming wealthier, start building your own wealth by adhering to these straightforward suggestions. It's far too common for us to overspend and fall into debt because most of us aren't careful with our money. Thus, it's crucial to make sure we're investing our money effectively rather than merely splurging on cash or mindlessly depositing it in savings accounts. Financial stress and difficulties getting by might be brought on by useless money habits. As a result, it's important to be cautious of your spending and try to develop good financial habits. Habit number 3. You don't have a budget plan. Warren Buffett believes that creating a budget is an essential part of managing your finances and can help you make the most out of your money. A budget allows you to track your spending, identify areas where you may be overspending, and make adjustments to your spending habits. It also helps you set financial goals and plan for the future. If you're not careful, money may slip through your fingers without you realizing it. If you don't have a budget, this phenomenon is especially true. Without a budget, it's simple to overpay for goods you might not even need. For instance, you could dine out more frequently than you should, or make unnecessary purchases just because they're on sale. Keep in mind that just because something is on sale doesn't mean you have to purchase it. One of the quickest ways to wreck your money is through excessive shopping. To improve your financial situation, you must start keeping track of your spending and develop a budget. All of this will assist you in maintaining awareness of your spending patterns and help you make wiser financial decisions. Creating a budget can seem intimidating at first, but there are many resources available to help you get started. You can use a spreadsheet or budgeting app, or even just a pen and paper to track your income and expenses. The important thing is to find a method that works for you and stick with it. By staying on top of your budget, you can take control of your finances and work towards achieving your financial goals. Habit number 2. You keep up with your neighbors. Warren Buffett believes that the one habit that destroys our finances is keeping up with the people around you. He means that we must avoid copying people around us in the way they choose to live their lives. A certain way to go over budget is by trying to keep up with your friends and neighbors. It's ideal if you concentrate on your own financial objectives rather than what other people have. If you're like most, you probably keep up with what other people are up to. The neighborhood family with the brand new car, the expansive home, the ideal lifestyle. You can't help but wonder how they manage to always have money. Believe us, many of these people are probably living paycheck to paycheck and owe money up to their eyeballs, just like you. The difference is many of them have figured out how to live within their means and refrain from overspending. You need to alter your financial behaviors if you want to live up to or even better than them. Instead of wasting money, start saving it. Save at least 20% of your salary so you have a safety net to fall back on in difficult times and have money to invest. You can quit chasing after other people if you use these straightforward strategies. It's important to focus on your own financial goals and priorities rather than trying to match the spending habits of others. But fortunately, there's another way to upgrade your lifestyle, which is to increase your earning through an additional source of income. And the good news is, we have several videos on exactly how to do so on our channel. Be sure to watch them too. Habit number 1. You don't diversify, or you are over-diversifying.
There's nothing magic. We like to put a lot of money in things that we feel strongly about. And that gets back to the diversification question. We think diversification, as practiced generally, makes very little sense for anyone that knows what they're doing. Diversification is a protection against ignorance. I mean, if you want to make sure that nothing bad happens to you relative to the market, you own everything. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that is a perfectly sound approach for somebody who does not feel they know how to analyze businesses. If you know how to analyze businesses and value businesses, it's crazy to own 50 stocks or 40 stocks or 30 stocks probably, because there aren't that many wonderful businesses that are understandable to a single human being in all likelihood.
In this video, Buffett explains that over-diversification makes very little sense when someone knows what they're doing. In the interview, he mentioned that owning 30 or even 50 stocks is over-diversification. However, you should diversify, just not randomly into every possible company. You should analyze and study a good number of businesses before investing, and in the best case, you already have prior knowledge in select niches. Without diversification, your future is uncertain. Diversification, in Buffett's words, is a defense against ignorance. This is because diversification offers freedom and ensures your portfolio can withstand any storm by distributing your investments across various asset classes, industries, and geographical areas. Without diversity, you're effectively putting all your eggs in one basket, and that's a recipe for catastrophe. You'll be able to offset any losses in one area with gains in another. So be sure to diversify your holdings if you want to remain financially stable. And there are several ways to diversify your portfolio, including investing in a variety of asset classes such as stocks, bonds, digital assets, etc. You can also diversify geographically by investing in companies and markets around the world. It's vital to note that diversification does not guarantee a profit or protect against loss. However, it can help to manage risk and potentially improve your portfolio's overall performance over the long term. In addition to diversifying your portfolio, it's critical to regularly review your investments, ensure that they're still aligned with your financial goals, and most importantly, be sure you're not over-diversifying them. All of this will help ensure that your portfolio remains diversified and properly balanced to meet your needs. Click here to learn the core reasons from Charlie Munger on why most people are still broke and how you can avoid that trap. And we bet that reason number 2 will actually change your belief about money and life.